Okay, this is the repairs to the card rise. The original deck that we sent us was all coming apart, so we had to try to find a new one. Now, thing is that this is a vintage deck, and the reason is, if you look at this one, turn it over, you will see that the airplane on it is like a little biplane, which is the one that I found to match it. That tells us that this is pre-1944, because anything after that will have the jet plane on it. So we had to search for, and I know we talked about this, we had to search for a real vintage deck, which this is. And it was unused, so it's in good shape. Now also, the motor, I reconditioned the wheel on that so that it wouldn't slip on the cards. And when you store this, you do not want to store this with the wheel up against the cards. What you want to do is store it away from it like that. So we'll go ahead and we'll wind it up. Now this will rise about 8 cards, but the instruction says to stop at 6. And the reason being that it starts to run down after that. So this would be in here like that. And let's take a look at it and see. Now you tilt it back a little bit so the weight of the deck stays up against the wheel. Now, I did not wind this all the way, but we should be able to get about 6 cards out of it. It's picking up 2 cards there. Now these are the original cards that came with the original deck, so I tried to keep that all original. And it's just about starting to run down now. As I said, I didn't wind it all the way, so they will slow down a little bit as you get to the end. Let's try for one more. Okay, and that's the repair to the rising card deck. And I want to take that out and keep it up here so that the wheel keeps its stickiness on it. So we kept it all in the vintage era with the proper deck. And this will, now this will last for quite a while. Of course, these wheels dry out. This one was dried out, so I had to recondition it. But it'll last for quite a while. That's typical with any of the rising card effects. I'm going to close this up. Yeah. Okay, and I'll ship you the repaired one and the original so that you have the original also. And that's the rising card. Okay. Drawer box. Very interesting piece. And what I want to explain is, I'll show you first on the bottom. There were two locks on this. This is the lock for the drawer part of it, right here. And this is the lock for the upper panel. Now what had happened was, evidently somewhere along the line this broke. And there was a spring in there. There's a spring in there that you can see that springs up and down. Well, there was a spring in there that when it broke, the spring probably fell out. But whoever had it tried to repair it, so they just put it back together so that there was no spring in it. And that's the reason that that wasn't working. But for the drawer box itself, it uses the standard. Oh, and this was the lock on this. Let me get the flowers out first. Okay, and we're gonna get the drawer out, and I'll show you how to put the panel in after we demonstrate the first part. The drawer moves nice and easy now. This was a little jammed, so I fixed the lock on it. So typically, like with any drawer box, let me put a, you're going to unlock it. And of course, now you have that. Let me do this first. Let's put the two flowers in. I'll put a couple of flowers in, like that. I'm going to close it, okay, hold on a second. There we go. Going to do that. Lock it, and push the lock it and push it, and the flowers are gone. Unlock it, and the flowers are back. There we go, like that. So that is the first part of it. Now this is a breakaway drawer box. Comes apart very easy. A little tricky to get it apart, but now it's got a catch on the bottom, and that gets released first. There it is, like that, and then this comes out. So now when you open it up, you can show the whole box, and that's what was broke. So here, I'll turn this around this way so you can see it. I don't want to break it again. This is the panel, and this is the lock for it. So to unlock it, you're going to use this section, which is right here, and if you'll see it, I don't know if you can see that now, you push that down, and when you push that down, that will rock back, and this has a little chamfer on either end, and that goes in there like that, and then when you release this, that's where the spring was missing. That puts that back. So now that's in place. So when you put the drawer in, it pushes this, and the panel falls out and down into the box. But you don't want it to fall too prematurely, and that's the reason for that lock. So now you can use this as a drawer box, and the drawer can go up against it, and it won't lock it. But when you put the drawer in, and you press the other lock, you unlock it like that. Now when you put the drawer in, and it comes in and it presses it, now it opens it, and this will fall out. So we'll put this back together. I'm going to lock it like that. Panels in it, and we're going to put it together. Like that. Okay. So now you're going to take your drawer, put them out there. And now when you want the top panel to fall in, you're going to push the drawer in. See now, right now it's still locked because I haven't pushed that. So now so I can use this, and it's pushing against that, but it will not release the panel. Now I'm going to unlock the panel, and put that in. And now you'll see that the panel has dropped from the top into the bottom, and of course the load that would have been behind it is now on top of this. So that's how that works. And I was able to fix these things without damaging any of the original veneers, and as you can see, it works fine now. That's really a nice collectible piece. Okay, the next one is this drawer box. This required a lot of work on it. Let me first go over and tell you what was wrong with it. Let's put that there. This front panel had a little warp in it, and this was rusted and jammed. So I had to fix that. This locking mechanism that this grabs on to hold the inner drawer was broken out. So I reinforced that with epoxy. The bottom of this had a crack in it, and so I replaced it. So to do that, I had to take the whole thing apart. So we put a new panel in the bottom, and that panel is mahogany, and it matches the original. So and that's what it should. So it took a little while to find the right color match on that mahogany. So that's in there. The other thing was that the brass inlay in here, which you can just about see, but it was missing a piece right here. So I went ahead and I put a new piece of brass inlay in there. The other thing was the lock for the drawer was broken, so I had to take this off and replace the lock. And that's, you push that down to make that work. The biggest problem that this had was that this had warped this way. The wood over time had warped, so the drawer would not go in. Would not go in smoothly because this was like this. So I was able to get in there and take that warp out on both sides without damaging any of the exterior of this. So we've maintained on both of these drawer boxes all the original veneers on that without having to damage them at all or replace them. So now you can see the drawer goes in nice and smoothly, and we can now you can see that the other drawer is in there, and now we're going to put it in and lock it, take it out, and now it's pulled forward. So, and it moves nice and smoothly now, the way it should. And as you can see, I polished up all the veneers on it. It does have some original scratches in it, but that's all part of the vintage part of it. So that was this one, and it's all put together now too. I'm trying to think of anything else on this. No, the biggest amount of work on this was to take that warp out of the inside so that this drawer had room to move around in it. But it does now, and as you can see, it works fine. Okay.